Imagine being just 4 years old. You step out into the hallway of the housing shelter where you live, and you see blood just smeared across the staircase. There's shattered glass absolutely everywhere. Later that night, you're lying in the dark and you hear these terrifying screams coming from the floor below. And the craziest part? The police never even show up. It honestly feels like the whole world has just forgotten you exist. Now look, this wasn't a scene from a movie. This was the literal, terrifying reality for a young Vex King. But here is where it gets interesting. Instead of letting that deep misery define him, he actually used that intense trauma. He used it to forge this just relentless drive to escape mediocrity and build an incredible life. So in today's Explainer, we're gonna dive right into the exact framework he used to pull himself from rock bottom to absolute greatness. Let's get into it. Okay, so this brings us to the massive mystery we need to unpack today. Why is it that some people just seem to effortlessly pull money, success, and these amazing relationships right into their orbit, while others, who are honestly probably working twice as hard, just stay trapped? They're stuck in this endless cycle of anxiety, bad luck, and financial struggle. I mean, we're always told, work hard, think positive thoughts. But as Vex King found out firsthand when his own life was completely falling apart in college, just trying to force positive thoughts doesn't actually work when you're secretly furious at the world. So what are we missing here? What is the actual hidden engine driving our reality? Well, the answer goes way deeper than that whole law of attraction stuff you've probably heard about. It's actually something way more profound. It's the law of vibration. Look at what science tells us. Literally everything is made up of atoms, right? And every single atom is constantly vibrating. That means all matter, all energy is vibrational. The universe isn't just a bunch of empty space. It's this deep, incredibly responsive sea of frequencies. Think about it like two tuning forks that are calibrated to the exact same pitch. If you strike one, the other one is going to start vibrating from across the room without anyone even touching it. It's wild. And this literally alters human perception. Your personal frequency acts like a lens, determining which opportunities you can even see. To actually experience the reality you want, your thoughts, your words, and your deepest feelings literally have to match the exact frequency of that desire. And there is a massive, stark contrast between the emotions we feel and what they physically build in the real world. Every single emotion you have emits a frequency. Low vibrations, stuff like fear, anger, deep regret, despair, they literally act like a magnet for the exact things you are trying to avoid. But on the flip side, high vibrations, joy, unconditional love, pure ambition, they naturally draw greatness right to you. To put this in perspective, think about Dr. Hans Jenny's famous cymatics experiments. He took sand, sprinkled it onto a metal plate, and used a violin bow to vibrate it. When he played lower frequencies, the sand just morphed into these messy, ugly blobs. But the second he hit those high frequencies, the sand instantly snapped into these breathtaking, perfectly intricate geometric patterns. Guys, your emotions are doing the exact same thing to the invisible fabric of your reality right now. 6,500. Okay, what does this number actually mean? Well, maintaining a high vibration isn't just some fluffy, abstract idea. It is literally a matter of physical survival. French researcher André Simonton actually went out and measured the electromagnetic waves of human beings and the food we eat. And what he found was mind-blowing. He discovered that for a human to just be considered basically healthy, we have to maintain a minimum vibration of 6,500 angstroms. If you drop below that, whether that's from holding on to toxic emotions, sitting in a terrible environment, or eating totally processed, low-vibe junk food, you instantly become super vulnerable to physical sickness and total mental exhaustion. So this brings up a really crucial question. If the universe is literally perfectly designed to reward high vibrations, and if staying in a high vibration is what physically keeps us alive and healthy, then what is the inner villain that's secretly dragging our frequency down? Like, why do we constantly self-sabotage? Why is it so incredibly easy to just slip right back into fear, anger, and comparison, even when we consciously know it's destroying our lives? Well, the answer is usually staring right back at us in the mirror. It's the ego. Vex King hits the nail on the head here. He says, our ego always wants to feel significant and adored. It seeks instant gratification. Think of your ego as this fragile, social mask that your thoughts created. It is constantly, obsessively terrified of losing its identity. So, here's the absolute game changer to realize. When you get super upset because someone left you on read, or someone disagrees with your opinion online, that is not your true self hurting. That is just your ego. Its entire existence relies on external validation, so it throws a massive tantrum the second its power is threatened. And these ego-driven low vibrations actually build physical traps for us out in the real world. The ego completely thrives on fear, comparison, and greed. I mean, it is the exact reason why we will literally drain our bank accounts buying designer stuff we don't even need just to impress strangers we don't even care about. It keeps us totally hooked on toxic drama and makes us secretly bitter when we see other people succeeding. If we want out, we have to make a conscious, brutal choice to step onto the growth path. We have to chase purpose, selflessness, and inner peace. But honestly, how do you actually do that when your ego is constantly screaming in your ear for attention? Seriously, what is the ultimate antidote to the ego's trap? How do we stop living a life of absolute mediocrity? If the ego is the disease that's artificially keeping our vibrations low, what is the exact cure that's going to elevate us back up to that 6,500 angstroms and beyond? The answer is true self-love. But hold on, because self-love is probably one of the most misunderstood concepts on the internet right now. A lot of people use the phrase self-love as this really weak excuse to just stay comfortable. Like, oh, I'm just accepting my flaws while remaining totally unchallenged. But true self-love, it is a highly dynamic, powerful balance between mindset and action. It requires you to do two things at once. You have to unconditionally accept and love exactly who you are in this very moment, but simultaneously recognize that you deserve a much greater life and fiercely demand better for yourself through relentless action. Now, demanding better for yourself means you have to take absolute control of your internal world. When life hits you hard, you can't just slap a fake smile on, force positive thoughts, and bury the negative ones. Repressing toxic emotions is literally like drinking poison and just keeping it in your system. It's gonna fester and totally destroy your vibration. Instead, you have to transform it. Step 1, identify the exact emotion. Are you actually angry, or are you just feeling incredibly insecure? Step 2, challenge the belief behind the thought with pure logic. If you didn't get that text back, does that actually mean you are unlovable, or is it just a massive, ridiculous exaggeration by your ego? Studying your dark emotions logically strips away their power and acts like a shield for your vibration. Okay, so to actually maintain that high vibration, you've got to lock in some non-negotiable daily habits. First up, true gratitude. And I don't mean just writing a basic list. I mean vividly imagining what your life would be like if your car was suddenly gone today, or if you lost your home. That intense wave of relief you feel when you realize you still have those things, that instantly spikes your frequency. Second, trick your brain using your body. Social psychologist Amy Cuddy actually proved this. If you adopt an expansive power pose for literally just 2 minutes, it can boost your confidence hormone, testosterone, by 20% and tank your stress hormones. Crazy, right? Third, unplug. Get out into nature to physically reset your energetic field. And lastly, you have to radically distance yourself from gossip. Gossiping is the ultimate low vibration trap. It is fueled 100% by the ego, just trying to feel superior to somebody else. And speaking of the people around you, we really need to talk about your tribe. Look, energy is ridiculously contagious. We've all experienced this, right? Have you ever walked into a room and just immediately felt a bad vibe from someone sitting in the corner? Or on the flip side, have you ever grabbed coffee with an incredibly optimistic friend and left feeling totally unstoppable? Because reality is a vibrational ether. You are literally absorbing the frequencies of the people you spend the most time with. If you actually want to manifest a greater life, you must deliberately surround yourself with a high vibrating tribe. They will automatically lift your baseline frequency. They reprogram your energy. So being great just starts to feel totally natural instead of forced. But obviously that brings us to a really harsh reality. Vex King says it perfectly. It's hard to function, not to mention crack a smile, when someone keeps feeding you poison. If you have toxic people in your inner circle who are constantly complaining, draining your energy, and dragging you into their drama, you have to brutally cut them out. Think of it like a plant. If you stick a beautiful plant in a totally toxic, dark environment, it's gonna wither and die, no matter how much water you pour on it. But here is the amazing thing about the law of vibration. As you commit to projecting a higher frequency, toxic people will naturally start to feel repelled by you. They literally won't be able to stand your positive energy, and they'll just naturally filter themselves right out of your life. So I'll leave you with this one final question. Are you finally ready to stop settling for a mediocre life? Look, pursuing greatness isn't about buying flashy stuff to impress people online. It's a really deep inward journey of self-mastery. It takes serious daily dedication to monitor those thoughts, completely check your ego, and start acting out of pure ambition and love instead of fear. But the reward is building a reality that feels just as incredibly beautiful on the inside as it looks on the outside. You can start transforming your frequency today.
And hey, if you are truly committed to leveling up your mindset and mastering your reality, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now to the Know the Book channel. We've got so many more deep dive explainers just like this one coming your way. Your greater life is waiting for you. See you in the next one.